This item tonight was originally presented to Administrative Committee last Monday. However, we needed to make some changes in the application before it was submitted. And so I just wanted to go back over with you what we actually submitted and have you ratify that application. So originally we had spoken to you in submitting an application that included internet services and also funding for a farmer's market manager. And as we worked through the process with our information systems department and looked at the guidelines within that application, there were some criteria that would prevent us to be able to submit the request for the internet services. However, the funding for the farmer's market salary was still eligible, and so we moved forward with that application. And previously, I also had not asked to use matching funds because they are not required. However, as I worked through the application and went back and reviewed some other submittals, I felt that in order for us to be competitive in the program with what we were submitting, that we needed to contribute at least 20%, which is really already, if we are to be awarded, it would start October 1st, and that amount is already within the current budget. The council could then, if we were awarded, decide how they would want to move forward with any future allocations for that. So basically what we did do is submit a grant application for $117,532 with matching funds of $29,383 for a total project cost of $146,915. And as I said, the application was submitted last Thursday. However, if council would choose not to move forward with that, I could have it removed from the program. So tonight I'm bringing forth to you a request to ratify the application that was submitted.
Dan?
So the 29,000 is spread out over the 3 years
Yes.
of the grant.
Yes.
And I think I understood that the whole internet idea we had just wasn't going to happen.
It wasn't an option to include any construction work, and we could contract out most anything that was part of it. However, the steps in the process, we weren't ready. We just really weren't ready, and we didn't have the adequate power downtown to get it, and the cost to be able to do that was not something we could determine in the time frame we had available for the submittal.
Thank you.
John?
And it would be possible then to take the money that we are paying for a market manager now and just transfer that over
Yes, that would.
to cover our
The match funds.
Yeah, if that was.
matching amount.
Yeah, there won't, I mean, other than what I've requested to be allocated in a match, whatever is remaining in the budget would be up to the council to choose to do what they wanted.
Gary?
That was the idea with the additional match when it came up and it made us more competitive, that we're already paying for a part-time market manager anyway, so it won't exceed that amount over those 3 years.
Other questions for Lisa?
So if I may,
Walter?
so we're talking with benefits around 50 grand a year for a market manager?
It's, I believe, was 146,000 was the total amount.
146,915.
Yeah, so just shy of that. That includes benefits.
Yes.
Under our current pay scale, that would be I think it's a pay band 6. So that's the appropriate. We've studied that, and that's where it should be in the pay scale.
Okay. And another question, please.
Okay, go ahead, Walter.
Any thinking about how to get internet for the vendors down there outside of this?
Yeah, it's been widely discussed. I'd probably defer that question to Jesse, but our infrastructure just isn't really in place yet for that, but there are options of either doing wireless hotspots or extending the fiber system that we currently have. It just was too much to propose
I understand
at this
it
time.
won't fit this. I was just
Right.
curious about how might we do we have a vision for how to someday get internet available to the vendors?
Yes, and I think, we have a couple of options coming up in the future. As you know, we're eligible for some community development block funds too, and looking at redoing some of the sidewalks in downtown areas. There's just some things that we're not there yet. And so there are options, but it would be really nice to be able to do that project as a whole. And, we'll certainly be looking at for next year, possibly another application under this program. What we can do. We'll be planning over the next year and seeing, what we can do.
Catherine?
Well, I was just going to go ahead and
Go ahead.
I move to ratify approval of the USDA Farmers Market Promotion Program grant request of $117,532 to assist in funding a full-time farmers market manager for 3 years.
I second. Okay, we have a motion by Catherine and a second by Art to ratify the approval of USDA Farmers Market Promotion Program grant request of $117,532 to assist in funding a full-time farmers market manager for 3 years. John, I'll start the roll with you.
Aye.
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 Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Good to go.
And tell Brooke, congratulations.